Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mighty Show, where we're going to talk about Silo Season 2 finale. Oh man, it was a explosive finale episode. Speaking of explosives, we're delayed because our friend had some technical difficulties.
It's explosive in more ways than one.
Oh, my friend. Grab the Pepto Bismol. Anyways, Sheldon, thank you for hanging out with me.
No problem. No problem. It's
Woo!
another nice episode to be back on.
I had to
Considering
change
how
underpants after that episode.
it all ended, man. It was something.
So I got some good news about the future seasons of Silo, which I'll talk about later on. I got some news has trickled down. So
Okay.
I will talk about that later on in the show. But if you haven't seen Silo season 2 or the finale episode or any episodes in between, this is your final warning. We are going to expose the you know what out of this show right now, including the final episode, which we watched. And I am dying to hear your point of views on it because there are topics and things you bring up, and I'm like, oh yeah. And so I am very interested in hearing your thoughts about this episode.
Yeah.
I would say one thing. This show needs more people watching it.
I agree.
There's not enough people out there in the world that understand how good the show is. It is severely underwatched, and I urge anybody who watches our video on this, go tell your friends and family who you think will enjoy this type of show. A show that is filled with drama, suspense, and a lot of mystery. If you like those kind of shows,
Yeah.
this is it.
And a tiny bit of comedy. Just a tiny bit of humor.
Yeah, you sprinkle in a couple of smarky remarks. A show that's balanced, I think. You have your main protagonist who is not like perfect, makes mistakes.
Yep.
And I like that because I hate one thing I cannot stand is a perfect protagonist.
Absolutely.
I cannot stand that. I don't care if it's a male, female, or whatever. I don't care. You gotta have flaws. You gotta fall down.
Yeah.
If you don't fall down, you're running full speed and nothing is getting in your way. You know, remember Mario when you get the star and he just runs through the stages?
Untouchable. You're perfect.
No matter what happens, he's just unfazed. I don't want that. I don't want Super Mario stars. Okay, I don't want that. So this show has a great protagonist and a good surrounding of cast members.
Yeah.
A lot of good people that help, including Robin Williams. Is it Robin Williams? No, it's Tim Robbins. Sorry, Robin Williams.
Tim Robbins. Oh, you're talking about the guy that plays Bernard.
Tim Robbins, yeah. Bernard.
Yeah.
Right? So he's also great. So many good actors in the show. Some of them are fairly new or like not as popular.
Well-known. Yeah.
Or well-known, yeah. And some there are. Steve Zahn.
Yeah. You know, I haven't seen Steve Zahn in a long time. I don't know if maybe
Wasn't
I'm
he
just not...
You want to check that out while I
on? I'll find
out. I think there's so many good people here who are, and then a deputy. Remember Deputy Will Payton? You've seen Will before. And then obviously Common, right?
Yeah.
Always smooth. That guy's so smooth, man.
I mean, that's most of the characters he plays.
He's like Blue Label. Smooth.
He was not in The Last of Us.
From what I heard, I don't drink, but I know people that say Blue Label is the shiz.
Yeah.
So
he was in something called
the Chai or the
Last Man of Planet, or the last what the hell is it called? Damn it.
It's called Damn It.
It's called Damn It. Yeah.
Last Man on Earth.
Yeah, I think that's what.
That won for a couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was on Last of Us. Never mind. I was wrong. Completely wrong.
All good. Yeah.
So
he stole the show, I think. Honestly, I think he stole the show for this season.
All right, let's. So everybody's been warned. You've been warned if you're watching. Come back and check out this episode. Let us know. Or if you want to hang out with us right now, throw some comments, throw some thoughts. So let's get into it. All right, man. Okay. So we've got this massive buildup. We've got the engineering, the bottom dwellers
Mm-hmm.
having a big fight. It starts off very, very, how can I say it? It starts off very sad, right? You know it's coming. You know
Yeah.
who's coming here, right? You've got, so the idea is you have Juliet's dad, Pete.
Yeah. Pete Nichols. Yep.
Pete basically has been asked to help out, and he's like, "Well, I'm a doctor. I don't really want to get involved here." And they're,
Absolutely.
"Listen, man, you don't help us out, we're in a lot of hurt. We're going
Yeah.
to be in a lot of trouble. You need to do this for us."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Okay, fine."
Well, I feel like he got kind of coerced into it because he found out some information about his daughter, right? Like Shirley came up to him and let him know that, hey, your daughter might be alive.
Well, they're saying she gave an example, right? She said
Yeah.
Bernard let it out that there was a camera, and the camera showed her going to another silo.
To Lucas. He said that to Lucas, but Lucas did not reveal that info. He just said the last bit of camera footage was her being alive. And he didn't say where.
Oh, he didn't say that. I thought he did.
No, he didn't. Yeah. Because she asked him and he was
Okay.
like, yeah, I don't know. And then he
Why would Lucas
proceeded.
be so quick? Not Lucas, sorry, Prakash. Why would he? Why
Gaganjeet.
would he be? Gaganjeet. Why would he be so coy about that? I don't like this guy. He's so untrustworthy.
Yeah, it's a little odd. It's
Is it the right
definitely
word, untrustworthy? He's a
he
douche. How about that?
he's a douche.
He's a
He's
douche.
definitely playing his cards close to the chest. I think, yeah, I think that's what it is because I feel like when he does this, he has leverage in order to stay alive. Is what happens
His name is Avi Nash.
in
Nash
real
got to
life.
be short for something.
In real life,
Yeah, Avi Nash.
oh, okay. Oh,
Not
yeah,
one
yeah.
word. It's two, first and last name.
That's not his
So
last name.
I get you. I bet it was Avi Nash, one word, and they said let's split it up and make that your name.
Well, isn't that kind of like what Cal Penn did? He was
Did
like,
he?
I feel like that's not his real first name. Like
I doubt it too.
Compan.
Penn. That's
Yeah,
not a last
no,
name.
it's not. It's not. I think it's his first
I've
name.
never heard
broken into
Nash
two.
or Penn ever
Never.
as an Indian name.
Never. It's
Never.
not a thing. Yeah.
And if you have, let us know in the comment section. I definitely want to
Yeah.
know.
I want to know where that lineage
Even if it's your
stems from.
cousin. Tell me.
Straight up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Avi, good acting. If you have a punchable face, you're a good actor. You're doing your job. I don't mean like he actually has a punchable face. I mean like his acting makes me want to punch his face.
Punch him in the face.
The
Yeah.
character that he's portraying, right? That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Let's just be clear here, right? And I think he's doing a good job because I really don't like this character. I want to punch him. It's like very shady and you saw last week he was put in his place, remember?
Yeah.
When he went down to talk to that family. Anyway, so we have Pete who gets brought in. There is the reveal of what was transpiring during the time Bernard was watching in the camera.
Yeah. Oh,
yes. You want to kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah. So that kind of blew my mind. I mean, what we get is, the rebellion. The rebellion happens, or actually, the rebellion doesn't even start. He hears them talk about the bombings that are going to happen, about them exploding the generator, and how they're going to have to listen to us and meet our demands, otherwise we're going to blow everything up. And Bernard just was like, we got them, move in, suckers, deploy everybody. No one is meant to be
no
like
mercy.
Yes, exactly. And so this is what happens. Bernard just like, all right, let's go get them, and just deploys a massive amount of raiders into the lower levels, arresting a lot of like the main people, right? Like you got Knox, you got Shirley, even Martha got arrested, quote
Billings, yeah,
unquote,
Billings.
unarrested, right? And they're all being taken up to the jail cells, or more like it wasn't jail cells. I think it was more of like
The
a
cafeteria.
makeshift.
Was that a
Yeah,
cafeteria? Yeah.
right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then they pull Shirley, or not Shirley, Martha out. They pull Shirley and Knox out and keep them separated from the rest of the crew so they're not causing crap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the people that get left behind is like Patrick Kennedy. Even Sheriff Billings got pulled out too. And all the while, like Patrick Kennedy, he's just like,
Well,
he's like
Billings was separated from his mom. I was sorry, his wife and
wife and
kid.
kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Which
kept
I
them
thought that was
separate.
very cold. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense though. Like if you're gonna, you don't want to keep them with your family. You want to keep them separate so they can get information out of you, or tell them to torture just so he can talk. Right? It's a smart move on their part. But as we get through this, they take them up to the jail cells. Carla is there, and Martha's like, everybody goes in except for Martha. And the who is it? What was that one dude's name? The who's head of like the judicial now of the Raiders? Is it Michael?
Yeah.
Or Walker?
No, I think it's Michael, isn't it?
I'm trying to remember his name now. Yeah, I think it's Walker. Anyways, he's like, "Oh yeah, you did good for us, so you can take your prize and leave." And they all look at her like, "What the shit? What do you mean?" And Carla's just like, "You did what?" And Martha's like, "I had to do it. I couldn't leave you behind." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Don't you effing touch me. Leave me alone." This is what I was like, maybe this is why you got separated in the first place. You know, you did some messed up shit and she didn't like it, and now you're here. So it's like, get lost.
Yeah. And we were looking at last week's episode based on what they gave us. We're like, yeah, she totally sold them out.
Yep.
You know, she deserves everything that's coming to her. And when we watched that episode, I was clapping. I'm like, yes, justice, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm clapping, right? I'm happy because I'm like, she deserves everything that was coming to her.
Comes her way. Yeah.
Yeah, comes her way. Let's pause there for a second on that storyline, and let's go back to Pete and was it Hank? Hank basically acts like an injured soldier, and so the mission is to carry him up to level 19, I think it was.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there was no indication of this. We weren't told about it.
Nope.
There was just, and the whole time I was just like, where the hell is Hank? That entire time, because it showed everybody else but him. I'm like, where is this dude? And as we go along, like we see like Pete carry this injured body, like you said.
The second I saw and heard injured body, I'm like, that's fake.
Yeah,
I didn't know who it was. I didn't know who it was, but I'm like, that's a setup right there.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't realize until that weird device dropped, and I was like, what the hell is this?
I actually thought when that device dropped, it was dropped on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was like some sort of like way to blow up or something, or a sound or something like some sort of you know how you leave breadcrumbs? I thought it was something like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was actually what was, the actual timer. The timer. Yeah, the initiator timer, right? Didn't know that. It's funny how Pete sacrifices himself and he's got that watch.
Oh man.
That watch is cursed. That watch is cursed.
Yeah.
Everybody who gets that watch dies.
Yeah. It was a little sad.
Boyfriend or love interest. He had that watch. She was broken. He fixed it. He died.
Yep.
Right? Then the dad gets it from Bernard. He dies. Right? And
I think it was definite foreshadowing there. Like, you got it. You're gonna.
That's a long play. That's a long play.
Very long play, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And him just telling Hank, like, get out of here and tell my daughter I love her. I was like, oh, dude, it's game over for him. He ain't coming back. This dude always dies. He's like the new Sean Bean, man.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Arkham, he didn't die. It was Batman, but the show died.
Yeah.
Not Arkham, sorry. What's it?
Titans?
Titans, yeah.
Yeah.
Started off great and just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
And then you have him here with and Hank had to run. Once Hank found
Yeah,
out what's going on,
Hank
Hank's like, "Oh, I gotta go." Right?
Hank absolutely booked it, man. He was like, "I ain't sticking around for this," and it was just like, "Yup." He hit himself and ducked under cover when he put like the wires together and it all blew up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Shit's down." But I'm like, how are you gonna get people back up now? You got people stuck at the lower levels.
This is what I don't understand. What purpose was, and obviously in season 3 they're gonna explain this. They better. The whole idea, of course, why they did that is to separate the two upper and lower of the
Yeah.
silo, where the lower has control now,
Mhm.
and the upper can't come down there and push their authority on them.
Yeah.
That was the whole point. It's like, hey, we're gonna have absolute control of power, literally, right? Power from the generators. If
Yeah.
you don't do what we ask you, we just shut off power,
Yep.
right? So that's why they were, in my opinion, why they were blowing up these stairs so that they no longer have access to the lower levels.
Yeah.
But there's something called ropes.
Which we saw them use with a giant barrel, and smashed a dude because of it. I was like, "That's
That
damn
was
savage."
crazy, bro. That was crazy.
Because the dude was like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on," and
And the
just behind him,
boom,
it just boom, dude. I was like, "That's insane." Oh,
you
I'm not
you
gonna
got
lie,
knocked.
I did laugh at that part. I was like, "That dude got messed
Oh
up,"
yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
because the other dude beside him, looking was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, the other thing I don't understand is you have so many levels. Did nobody think of to make a elevator? You
You
have more
know,
than 20 levels. Nobody thought to make an elevator?
that's a that's a very good point.
You have all
I
this technology. Nobody thought an
Yeah,
elevator.
it's like, "Hey, let's just make stairs."
Forget
What
the
if this
people who have disabilities. They don't need to go up.
I guess they thought nobody would blow up the stairs. That's why they did it.
No, but that's fine. Nobody will up the stairs. But why did you make an elevator? Who wants to
True.
climb 40 stairs, 40
Like, if
levels?
somebody got hurt or injured or had to cut off a leg or 2, it's like, how are they gonna get up, my guy? Like, it's not happening. They're
Remember those
stuck
guys,
wherever they are.
those guys that carry those things?
Just that's a backpack? Oh my god, dude.
You strapped on as a backpack. Your legs in the other compartment. Yeah,
Oh,
I found that really strange. I was just like, what is going on here?
yeah.
What is going on? So, yeah, we have this massive explosion, which is the turning point, I guess, of the silo just losing its, you know what?
Absolutely.
And hey, your mic finally worked properly.
It does.
That's great. Ah, welcome.
I got a new cable.
Amazing. um, so after that explosion, I mean, that explosion was pretty big because let's shift to the other storyline. Juliet hears that
Mhm.
explosion, right? While they are talking, her and Solo are talking, and
Yeah.
she's like, I gotta go back. And he's like, okay, let's get this suit and let's get you going. And then she opens up the suit. The suit is all ripped up. It's got
Messed up.
hole, everything.
Yeah.
And she's just pissed. And then he's like, you know what? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. But before all of that happens, something massive, a game changer, in my opinion, happens.
You talking about when they went to the head of like his father's or his family's whole floor
Yeah,
room.
the flashback
Yeah.
of the mom and dad. I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty well done.
I thought it was pretty neat, especially how they transitioned it
I would
in
have loved
real
to
time.
hear the audio.
Yeah, about what the hell they were talking about, right? Rather than just like
That's the
him
one thing that,
remembering,
yeah, the one thing that irked me is like, I know you want to be mysterious and not give away everything, but come on, I waited 10 episodes. Give me some
right?
audio.
Right? Because that would have been cool instead of him. I mean, him finding it would have been one thing for it, or it was one thing for sure. But hearing them talk about it, him just like, I remember,
Because that part should have been the part where it triggers his memory,
absolutely. Yeah.
right? Them talking and then they say the lines, and then he's like, oh my God, that's what I need to tell you.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
that would have been better if they just did it that way instead of him like just like, oh, I don't know, I don't
Yeah.
know, I don't know. It kind of got a little annoying when he kept doing that, right? I
Yep.
would have definitely preferred the mom and dad sort of trigger that response,
That's
right?
fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because like in there, it was him, it was her, and the eater girl who she was
Hope,
like,
Hope.
that's what they ended up naming her, or she ended up naming herself
Yeah,
now.
my mom calls me Hope.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, you do
Why did
you.
she not tell everybody else that before they called her Eater?
I don't, it's because that one chick who I don't even know her name because I don't
Oh yeah,
care
she
because
annoys
she's
me
just,
too. I
oh
think
my God.
okay, of all the people that annoy me, I think she goes right at the top of the list.
Yeah, I think she's worse than Bernard, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's worse
which is
than
crazy.
Lucas too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like Juliet's telling her, "Hey, you're not the problem. Like, don't worry. Like, tell me your name, and we'll go from there." Because she ends up kicking her out as they're starting to leave. Because Solo wants to stay a little bit more and look at things, and as he's looking, and they walk away and they're leaving, he finds stuff on the table as he's looking through it, and he finds the word safeguard.
Yes. Safeguard procedure in a piece of
Yeah,
note.
and that triggered something in him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And he just starts freaking out and running towards it, and just like, Juliet or whatever, come back! Like you need to see this. And she's like, "No, like I'm leaving. Like I've told you this.
I
Like I
gotta
care."
go. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I feel like she does care about him now, but it's just she's got other pressing matters, and she's like, I can't really entertain. But she's like, he was like, "No, this is gonna help save your Sally. You need to see this." Right?
Yeah.
So they go running back, and he's like, "Nah, Hope's got to get the hell out of here. This is not for her ears. Tell her to leave." And
Why do
that's
you
what
think
ends.
he said that?
I think he still holds on. I personally think he still holds on to that IT secrecy, like only IT people should know, but he doesn't trust her. He
Mm.
trusts Juliet more after everything they've been through, right? Like, sure, he let them in and now he's feeding them, but he doesn't know them like he knows, sort of knows Juliet at this point. Because Juliet was willing to sacrifice her life for him. That none of these people have. So I think that's why.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So they are going through all these paperwork and he's figuring out this. And then they find the schematics of the silo
Yes.
and they're looking and a- it's a pipe. It's a pipe that goes into the silo. It's a fail-safe system
Hmm.
to turn on poison
Poison
gas.
gas. Yep.
Huh. I wonder why that needs to be there.
Right? I thought that was odd, man. Like you build these silos to save people, to keep them safe. But you also have a trigger to wipe out a silo in case things go wrong. Like I get things going wrong, but at this point they're either going to take over the silo for themselves and run it how they want to run it, or they're going to go outside and they're going to kill themselves.
I'm
But Steve's like Solo said something. He was like, he said that it's actually safe outside. He said it was safe to go outside. It was after when they pumped the gas in, it ended up killing everybody. Do you remember
hmm.
that? He did
So
say that.
so I wonder if the gas was released outside.
That's what I'm kind of like. There's something, this episode kind of made me think about some things because some things just weren't adding up. And I'm hoping season 3 and 4 will answer those questions. But it's just weird because in Juliet Salo, the sheriff, his wife, they went outside. They ended up choking and dying. She went outside because of the tape. She was fine. And then Solo saying, no, they were fine. Like it was safe to go outside. Like something happened, but they released the gas and then they ended up dying. So I'm a little confused. I'm a little
Mm.
confused about what's happening right now with this whole gas thing coming, like them spewing out the gas, or is it poisonous outside? Like I don't know. there seems to be a little bit of mixed communication, mixed, um, like it's just confusion. It's confusion, like because we don't know what's actually happening outside. Is it safe or isn't it? And Solo just kind of threw a wrench in everything with this.
Hmm. Yeah. When he said that, I was just like, "What? What are we? What, how is that possible?" Because everyone knows that this basic. I'm trying to put this picture up, and it's giving me all kinds of amazing troubles. Yay!
Let me see what I can do here.
No, I got the picture. I wanted just the image itself. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. The great Solo.
Solo. Yeah.
Okay. To me, I think he doesn't know. I think he assumes that it was fine. Or I think the gas was released because they didn't want people to survive. I think the reason why they released the gas is because one, not because outside is good to go, because we saw otherwise it's not. Right. I think the gas gets released because they betrayed the whoever the Almighty is that runs it,
Right.
and they want to eradicate everybody. Hey, you open the door, okay? Well, try to come back. We're gonna kill you guys for releasing gas.
Right.
I think that's the ultimate punishment for anyone who tries to leave the silo.
But my thing, I still don't understand why though. They're trying to save everybody.
Now, one of the things you have to remember is how many years does it take after a nuclear disaster for the area to be good?
Isn't it? I'm actually gonna look this up.
Because we're talking Chernobyl, right? Is an example.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's hundreds of years.
So when I look up how long does it take to recover from a nuclear disaster, it says 3 to 10 years.
How about Chernobyl? Look that up. When is Chernobyl safe to go back? When can we start buying real estate there? Because right now you gotta remember.
Damn. Okay.
Here, there we go. Now I'm gonna get some big number here. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't
10,
know where that 3 to 10 years came from. Okay. On average, the response to when Chernobyl.
Your volume went down again.
Oh my god. I don't understand. It's weird. It says it'll be habitable again in about 20,000 years.
Okay, there you go then. That theory went out the door. Because what I was alluding to was maybe after 300 years,
they'll be okay.
Sorry? Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But it also depends on the level of a nuclear bomb, like how far it is from this area too.
True.
Right? Obviously, ground zero a whole lot different than other side of the planet.
Right.
Which I want to talk about at the end of the conversation.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. So maybe he's correct in a way that it's hard to say, because I think there's still a lot of screws loose in this guy's head.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't really think he knows what he's saying. Or does he? Everything the show does is throws you off or gives you the clues. It's a roll of a dice whether you want to take the words that they give you for granted or not.
Right.
Is it actual clue to the giant mystery that surrounds this show, or is this just a whole lot of nothing to throw you off? Right. Sort of like going back to what Martha did, is she did signs to throw all of us off, thinking that she was betraying them, but she turned out to be playing along and played well with this team. That was a great twist. And I was clapping the whole time when she was given the rough treatment by her wife. I was like, yeah, you go, girl. You tell him or tell her. You go, girl. Yeah, you get that biatch out of
there.
And lo and behold, Martha was actually playing along the whole game. They played the game. They
They
knew
every one of them played Bernard.
to the
Every single
beautiful
one.
level.
Yeah.
And
And they
she's sitting there with Bernard,
explaining everything to him.
looking at the
She
watch, or sorry, the ceiling clock, right?
Yep. Because
Going,
she was like,
mhm.
down in mechanical, it's pretty damn loud.
She should have
And
took that drink though, right?
I don't know. I don't know about the drink, man.
Oh, you think he might poison her? Oh, yeah, right? Because the mayor got poisoned by pasta,
Yep.
mushrooms. Right?
Yep. That's how I was like, I'm kind of glad she didn't drink it because I feel
But I
like
mean, she should say, "Let me have your glass instead," right? And you drink first.
Fair, but he did drink his own glass. And yeah, I was just like, I was like, oh my god, she's gonna die. But she didn't drink, so I was like, okay, this old lady's okay for a little bit longer, or
And
maybe another season or two.
9 o'clock hits, right? And
Not,
and she's
nothing
like,
happens.
right about, and nothing happens. And he's like, ha, well, you almost got me there. That was a good one, right?
Yeah,
What are you trying to do? Add suspense here? Come on, what's going on here? And then
Yeah.
boom, right?
it explodes.
Yeah, and that's where RIP to our
Dr. Pete Nichols.
the doctor.
Yeah,
Losing a doctor hurts now.
yeah,
Right?
because they got some amateur dude who can't even administer drugs.
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
I'm Discount Nick. Like,
Discount Nick is in charge of Silo now. Oh
like,
my god,
I
we're
think
all
they're kinda
doomed.
screwed. I
You
think
might as
they're
well run
kinda screwed,
outside.
man.
You have a better survival rate outside.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
think they're a little screwed now with
A
this
little.
because they don't have an actual doctor to do things.
Which surprises me is, how do you not have a doctor in a giant silo with 10,000 people? How do you
You
not
just
have more
have-
than one?
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Is there's only one doctor for 10,000 people? That's worse than Canada's health system, dude. Like,
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, and you thought our family doctors were in trouble.
yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's nobody, like even an apprentice, nothing.
No.
Unless
Well,
they're
I
all
mean,
the good ones are at the top, right?
Yeah.
And he's at the bottom here.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
When she explained how they communicated and they showed the scenes, I was like, did they do that in the previous episodes? And I kind of remember her doing that when he was watching them. And I was like, holy crap, that is so slick. That's the slickest thing I think I've ever seen in a show.
So well done.
Yeah.
And it's so true, because she says down below it's so loud in engineering,
Yeah.
you can't hear each other talk.
Yeah. Like the whole stop and then this is, and then blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, that's, they developed sign language without knowing what sign language is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. It's really cool. I was thoroughly impressed with that twist.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, you got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
It literally blew my mind. I did the Chris thing, when he puts his hands in his hair, like it blew my mind, dude. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, no way. That's insane.
You did good, kid. You did good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a jackass now that I clapped, right? So
yeah. To be fair, I was like, this is twice now where we pegged two people as complete dickweeds. And like, we
just waiting. I hope Avi Nash comes through.
I hope so too. Because like we were both proven wrong both times. Both times. It caught us off guard.
Bastards.
To do it twice in a season is absolutely insane. The solo thing, I was like, okay, there can't be any more twists. And then Martha did her. I was like, oh, they got you twice. I was like, well done to the writers of Silo, man. Good Lord. Yeah,
those sons of bitches. All right. Let's talk about a little bit more about Juliet's situation now. So the clothes has got holes in it. She has to go back to the firefighter suit, but the firefighter suit, we don't know if it's airtight or not.
No, we don't.
And so
she looks around looking for Solo and is like, their hole has suits and he's gone. And they're like, where the hell did he go? So she runs
Yep.
outside. The kid's like, oh yeah, the dude just left. It was just like,
Back to his ice cream.
yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, oh yeah,
Nope.
he just walked out. I was like, okay, that's
That's
something.
great. That's good stuff there. Thanks.
And she's like,
Thanks.
she realizes he took the damn fire suit. Now
Yes.
I got a little worried. I was like, what is he doing? Why did he take the suit? Like, this is a little bit concerned because
Okay,
I feel
what
like
was your initial thought right away?
I thought he was gonna go hide it on her.
Oh,
I thought,
okay. I thought he took off and went to the other silo.
ooh, that'd be crazy. That would have been, yeah, absolutely insane. But she realizes as she walks out, she saw something down below, and she ran towards it, and you see him walk out of the water, and he takes off his helmet, and he explains to us like, "Yep, helmet's airtight, no water's getting in, there's no holes, the tape is holding good." He's like, you should be good to go." And I was like, "Oh, you little son of a bitch. you you little son of a
One
bitch."
last good heroic act.
Yeah. Just so he could test it. He's like, "Yeah, if water can't get in, no air is gonna get in." I'm like, "That's sound evidence. Absolutely sound evidence." Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
I really like him as a character, man. Like he's just Steve Zahn I give him so much kudos in this. I feel like he stole this entire season with what he did.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'll probably keep saying it for a while, to be honest. It blew my mind how he played this character. Yeah.
Before we get into this picture here in front of us, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What Avi said to Bernard on that
Yeah.
walkway,
Yeah, because
or
he explained
what
that.
he said we didn't hear, which drove me nuts.
Yeah, that absolutely. Because he then later explained it to Common's character. What's his name? Robert Sims. Uh, because after he told Bernard, Bernard just went,
He went limb.
yeah,
He went limb. He's like, "Hey, Robert, do you want to be my shadow? Sure, here."
yeah,
And it's just like, what? You literally spent weeks fighting this guy about it,
mm-hmm,
and 18 little thing that keychain doesn't light up anymore,
yep,
and he didn't care. He's just like, you know, you are someone that I trusted and can be trusted, but
until I couldn't.
and I don't. And then he just walks up the stairs.
Yep, he's
I was
like,
like,
here's a
what's going on
keychain.
here?
Yeah, he just gave him. He's like, you can be my shadow now. Here's the keychain. Here's the code to the vault.
What
Bye.
did Avi Nash say that destroyed this guy?
Yeah, because he said to Bernard, he's like, I know what's going on, and now I know why Judge Meadows quit. Just like I'm quitting on you as your shadow. So see you later.
I don't understand. What? Why is he quitting? Why would Judge Meadows quit? I don't get it. I don't get it. What do you think? Why? Why would he say that? I know what's going on. What is going on? Nobody knows.
And well, I mean, after what Solo explained, I think that's what they found out, or what he found out, is like, no matter what you do, our lives actually aren't in our hands. That's what I believe.
It
That's
doesn't matter. Just go live your day.
absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And so that's why Judge Meadows just turned herself off, started drinking again, or it's not again, sorry, just started drinking herself as judge and quit as his shadow because she figured it was all pointless. And I think that's what Avi figured out as well.
But is it pointless to live a good life? I mean, she turned her back on the silo. Isn't that a bad thing? Because you have a good thing. Why do you want to turn your back on it and have it ruined?
Right.
That's my thinking is what was so like, what did Avi say that was so bad that it made a mayor turn her back on her people, made Bernard go limb, and made Avi say, I'm leaving too. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
It's something more than we don't have our hands in our, we don't have control over our own lives. It's something more than that.
Well, I mean, this is kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but Bernard said it when she came back.
Okay, well, let's pause on that for a
Yeah, yeah,
second here. Let's talk about continue with Robert's story here. So Robert gets the keys finally,
yeah,
goes into that AI room. Let's just call it that. Asks the AI that I want to blah blah blah, and he says, "No, you and your son get the f out. Your
yeah,
wife is going to be the one that's gonna is someone that we want of interest.
yeah.
Wife is Camille,
Yes, Camille.
Camille,
Yeah.
Camille, right? I thought it was a weird thing, but I guess maybe it's because it's someone that they can trust, where Robert cannot be trustworthy.
Well, Camille's smart.
Well,
She,
Robert is smart too,
I think she's smarter than Robert though,
but what
because
leads
she.
you to believe you that? Like, what gives you that inclination?
Well, let's see. There was the okay. So as soon as he got made judge, and the Raider things were going on, she dressed up as a Raider, went and saved Knox and Shirley, and told them, "Go, you're free. I'm helping you." She even convinced Robert to pick the side of the rebels. But she was like, "We'll wait and see what happens, but we're sticking with them for now. We'll find out who the winner is, but we're going to be on their side for now, help them out." Like she got him to agree to do everything. He was not in control. She was in control.
So wouldn't you want a common as someone that like, you control?
Not necessarily because he's not inquisitive. He doesn't have like that interest that Avi had, that Meadows had, that even Bernard had.
But
He
as the controller of it all, you
yeah.
want a simpleton, don't you?
You would want somebody who can dictate the terms, but not somebody in the shadows running things in the background. He's not that
So
guy.
you're saying that Robert is someone that's could be nefarious and can't be trustworthy.
No, not necessarily. He's somebody that will care for the silo and he would be good as the face of the silo. You need somebody like Camille, like Bernard, like Avi, who can operate things in the shadow without inquiring too much. Avi
Hmm.
did.
So
That's why he quit. Judge
okay,
Meadows did. That's why he quit.
so I think
Bernard,
Camille. Well,
sorry.
if you're saying that, then I think Camille is a yes person. Then she would not question the authority. She would just go about doing her job, and she'd be the perfect candidate because she likes because that's who they would want. The AI and the overall seer doesn't want somebody who's going to be, you know, uncontrollable, who's going to make their own decisions. They want someone that they can tell them, "Hey, do this," and they'll carry it out.
Yeah, she's more of a bigger picture person. And that bigger picture is keeping people in the silo under control.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
they want somebody who's going to keep and retain order
Yeah.
rather than someone who is going to go and maybe do things because another reason is these guys watch everybody in that whole building, so they probably saw Robert as someone who could threaten their secrets,
Yeah.
and they said, "No, not you. We want your wife because she, as smart as she is, she's probably going to be someone that we can manipulate and get them to do our bidding."
Yeah.
That's just
Because she
my
has
yeah.
and I think that's because she has her kid and she doesn't want anything happening to her kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. So you got a lot of things happening, a lot of things revealed. You also have that who's that crazy guy that was injured? Remember, he's in the starting up a ruckus in that
Oh yeah, Patrick
cafeteria.
Kennedy. Yep.
Patrick, yeah, starting a
Yeah.
big ruckus there. What was his problem?
He wanted out now. I
Oh,
think
now
that's
he
his
wants out.
yeah, he wants out. He didn't want to die. He didn't want to go into imprisonment with judicial.
Mhm.
So he figures, all right, screw it. Let's get the hell out of here. And he wanted the truth out. He had enough of it, right?
So there's a ruckus going on. Meanwhile, Bernard goes to his room, grabs the suit, grabs the gun, walks right into the cafeteria and goes, Everybody get the F out."
Out. Yeah.
I thought that's such a power move. And everyone's like, "What?" And he goes,
Yep.
bang, right? Shoots one in the roof. And everyone's like, Okay, we'll get out.
Work. I mean, like, there's like 100 of them, and he's
And,
only got
oh,
maybe what,
he left.
15 rounds? I guess they
Hey,
don't know that
hey,
though.
if I'm with a bunch of people and somebody's got 15 rounds, I don't want to be that 15. I'm good.
You just gotta course 15 other people to do your thing, man.
No, it's gonna ricochet through bodies into me. It's gonna go through someone's, chest and into my eyeballs. No thanks. Right?
Jesus.
No, thank you. So everybody bolted out of there. He's sitting in a chair and just sitting there, and he's about to pop his brain open. Right? Was he about to kill himself? I think he was. Right?
I think he was planning to. Yeah. I really think he was. I think he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. It was
Yeah.
either go
Go
outside in the
out. Yeah.
or off himself. And I don't think he could have gone out with all the people there until she showed up.
And boy, we've been waiting for this for a long time. And you just see outside the window, and she's like, "Hey
Yeah.
guys, I'm
Because
back."
everything up until that point was riding up in there. Like Knox was there, Shirley was there trying to fight them off. Billings got through trying to get Bernard to get him to come out and talk. And Patrick Kennedy getting his goonies to like pull him out and whatever. And then yeah, she shows up at the last crucial minute. And people lose their minds. They're like, she made it. She's here. Even
E-
Bernard got up.
Everybody just freaked out, and they're just in awe of what's happening here, because this is on a level of humanity in real life, humanity finding another civilization.
Yeah.
I mean, that is that monumental level of there is more out there than we knew.
Hmm.
Because up in this point, we never saw anybody come towards the screen from away.
Yeah.
Right? And she's coming down the stairs, and she's wearing this outfit. And here's a picture of her right there, as you see. And she's got a crowbar. What was she trying to do? Pry open a solid door with a crowbar? That was a
Thank you.
dumb idea.
Thank you. When okay, when
So
I was
stupid.
like, when she put up the sign saying, "Hey, it's not safe to come out," and like telling them it's do not come out, it's not safe. And she goes there and she pulls that out, and I'm like, I swear to God, I literally said this out loud, and I was like, I swear to God, if they give her some superhuman bullshit, I'm done with this show. I am absolutely done with this show.
Here's my thing. If you can write "do not come out," why can't you flip the other side and say "open door"?
I don't think
Right?
she thought about that. I don't think
Come
she
on,
thought about
man.
that.
Like, how could you not think about that? How could you think that a crowbar would open a solid door hanger that keeps people in safe from
Touche.
radiation outside?
Touche. Yeah. And
Right?
she was
That is
struggling.
a big minus from the writers to not get that right.
Yeah. You know what I thought was gonna happen as she was like trying to pry this thing open because it kind of flung out of her hand a little bit, and she was like checking her hand. I thought
Oh,
some
a rip?
yes, big old rip in her suit, and she was screwed. And so she was gonna cover it, and she had to somehow quickly get inside, but then it opened.
Here's the other thing. You've got a room full of idiots there. Nobody decided to open up the door to let her in. Like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, there was
Finally, they do. Finally, I think Bernard opened the door, right?
he did, yeah,
Because he
because he
wanted
was
to
like
go out.
yes, and he pointed the gun at her, and she was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "I want to leave, and you're in my way." She was like, "Okay, I can just move." Like I was like, "Yeah, you can't just move." Like
Okay,
this
so I
dude's an
did think
idiot.
of something right now while you we're talking here. Is going back to what Solo said about being safe outside. I think maybe one of the things that Avi Nash, Lucas probably said to him was, "It is safe outside," and that's where he
Mm,
dropped the things like, "What am I? What did all of this for nothing?" Then
right, and then they
that could
probably
be a
end up,
devastating blow to anybody hearing that.
yeah, yeah, and that I wonder if they told him, "Hey, we can control whether you go inside or outside. Your lives are in our hands. We'll just release gas." I wonder if that's what was said to him because when Sims went to at like Lucas's room with it where he was with his mom and pulled a gun out, and Lucas, I don't think I've ever seen this dude that confident. Put his hands in his pockets, walked down towards him, was like, "Go ahead and shoot me, but this is what's going on. I can't tell you everything, but if you want it, it's gonna be in that room." I was like, "Hmm, okay." He's like, "We're gonna die either way."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, just anyway. So she gets down the stairs there, tells him, "Hey, the door's closing. Get inside and put the gun away." They jump in, and then all of a sudden, massive amount of flames just blow
Yeah.
up.
Well, they had a little conversation too, right? Just before that happened. He was like,
She's like,
"E-
"I know what the safeguard procedure is."
procedure is," and he is
Yeah.
like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Well, I just know," and blah blah blah. And she's like, "I know about who." Like she was like, "I don't know who they are or where they are." He was like, "I know who they are. I don't know where they are."
Hmm.
I was like, okay, so that confirmed to me those people talking in the tunnels, the people the thing talking to Sims in the vault room. It's not AI. They are people.
Hmm.
That
Somebody's
confirmed it.
overseeing everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's like, I think I have a way to fix this.
Hmm.
And that's what kind of made him lower his guard. He was like, okay.
And then the door was about to close. They jump in. Fire goes up.
Yeah. And he was like, what are you doing? We're gonna get burned alive. And I was like,
Well, she ain't because she's got the firefighter suit on.
yep. Yep, exactly.
He's gonna get some. Even though she jumped on him, he's still gonna get some collateral damage. He
Oh yeah.
has to.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, man.
That's not anything at all. Like he
I
has
feel
to
like
have
maybe
some.
part of his face, a leg, and an arm, and
Yeah,
some
he's
on his
gonna have
body.
some degree of burns on him,
Yeah, absolutely.
and that's where it goes off. And I'm like, no. But
Yeah.
then, but then something out of left field happens.
Now, before we get there,
Okay.
I thought I was like, "There's no way this is ending here at the fire scene." I'm like, "You really gonna
Oh,
end
dude,
this
I was
shit?"
expecting the credits to roll, and I'm like, you piece of garbage.
Yeah, because it went black screen for what, maybe like 2 minutes. It was like a 2 minute, a minute
It
or
was a
two.
long pause.
Yeah,
How many people decide to pack it in? That's what I'm wondering. How many people decide to pack it and not watch the final? What is it? 2-3 minutes?
yep,
And I have no idea what happened. That pause was really weird to see.
yes.
I don't understand that. I don't understand the need to have that long of a pause.
Maybe that was the whole point, was for people
For
to be
you not
like,
to know?
"Yeah, that's what I think."
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it almost felt like them pulling a Sopranos ending. Where it just went to black. And they were like, "That's it, guys. Sorry,
That's
wait
a
for
wrap.
season 3."
Thanks for spending all these years with us.
So if people did cut off at that point, they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess it's over." They don't know what happened next. They don't know what happened next.
So
And
what happens next?
yeah, this
We get a
man shows
senator,
up.
right? Is it a senator or congressman?
I don't. I think he's a congressman. I don't. Maybe a senator. They don't
He's
really
in politics.
exactly. And we see an outside world, bustling streets, White House.
Honest to God, dude, I thought I was watching another show.
That's what I thought happened.
I'm like, did I switch to another? Did Apple automatically recommend me another show?
That's what I thought happened. I was like, wait a second. Why did it just? That's exactly what I thought.
I had to
Like,
press pause. I'm like, oh, we're still on this show. Okay.
That's exactly what I did, dude. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got, I want to say, modern times.
That's what it felt like. Yes. It felt like modern times. And like he went up to this bar, this dude scanned him, and there was radiation levels he was checking for. Do you see that? That little
Oh, yeah.
device was like, oh yeah, radiation level 0.2, safe enough to go inside. And he goes in this bar, and like I'm looking at the bar around it, like just to see what this timeline is looking like. But because in the behind him, there's like news clipping or a newspaper of Nixon bowing out, all these little American things. And I was like, what era are we in? Right? Until he walks up to this woman and they start to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking to each other, and she's talking about him, and she was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't Google me." I was like, "Whoa." They have Google.
They got Google.
They got Google. Okay, so I was like, this is modern era. This is not like 1960s, 1980s kind of thing. I was like, okay. there's a lot of like political things going on. At one point, she talks about the nuclear, um, some sort of nuclear thing from Iran, and she asked him like, "Do you think they did it, or do you think our government did something dumb?"
Mhm.
And he was like, "I knew this was too good to be like a date or whatever." He thought he was on a date, and here she is questioning him.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him. I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, fair, absolutely.
She's from Daredevil. No,
Is she?
sorry, no, Iron Fist.
Oh, is she like the love interest?
Yeah, in Iron Fist. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
got you.
She's really good. She's great.
She was the better in that series for sure.
She did things to my bits. But anyways,
Good lord.
good lord, somebody stop me. But so she basically wanted to get information, and he's just like, "Oh, I thought this was a date."
Yep.
Not much was given except for the fact about Iran and them into a war.
And the nuclear thing, yeah. And they question each other, find out about things. It almost seemed a little flirty when they were
Well, she probably was trying to be flirty to get answers from him. She's doing her
right,
journalistic skill sets of
right.
trying to get answers, right? And he's like, "Nope, sorry, I ain't spilling no beans," right?
Yep.
And
And then
so, sorry, go ahead.
sorry, no, you go ahead. You I think I know where you're going, but you go ahead.
I I was looking for clues the entire. I actually went back and watched it again. I'm like,
Mhm.
what kind of clues is this guy giving? And all I got was Iran.
Yep.
I think this is in the past. I think it's not in present day in line with the silo. In my
Yep.
opinion, I think this is 350 years ago
Well, why do you think that?
because of the Pez dispenser.
Okay. I was wondering when you were going to bring that up, and that's what made me think too. Like this was also in the past because of that
Because
Pez
that thing
dispenser.
looks tattered and battered.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
did you also see the other clue? The
Wh-
brochure.
No, what was the brochure?
Remember the piece of paper that Billings has? Or is it
Yeah,
Billings or Common? One of them had
Billings.
and gave it to no,
Billings
it's
gave it to
Billings, yeah.
Common. Yeah.
That piece of paper was on the table. He took it. The congressman.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah, it was
I
right next to so when you see him put the Pez dispenser down, you see him pick up the brochure.
Interesting.
So he's
Oh
going
my
to
god!
Georgia.
And who had the Pez dispenser at that point? Like in the silo at that point in time?
It was given
It,
all the way down to
George
Common,
Wilkins.
Common's daughter. A son got it at the end.
Yeah, but
Did
who
it
had
not?
it before them? It was George.
Yeah.
And George, he's a descendant of what was it? Uh the fire starters or fire something. Those people that hold the flame of like the past. Oh, they're gotta be connected.
Well,
He's
I
got it.
think she was the one original person in one of the silos to hand a Pez dispenser. I wonder if these two are the first. Maybe these two are the first to be in a silo.
I have a weird feeling that I think she is like a great grandmother
A
of
descendant.
George Wilkins. Yeah. Like
A
George
descendant.
Wilkins is the descendant of her.
Or of these two.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. That yeah. Oh, interesting.
I can't remember this guy's name. Was it Wilkins at the end?
I don't think they never said his name.
Oh,
They
yeah.
never
Okay,
said his
then that's
name.
why I don't remember.
Yeah, they said her name, but they didn't say his name. And they definitely did that on purpose.
Of course,
They
because
definitely did that on
obviously in
purpose.
typical marriages, the the man's last name gets passed down, right?
Right. Yeah.
So they didn't want to say that. Maybe these are the one of the OGs of Silo.
Ooh, to get it all started. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that being a thing. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's such a trip to see modern day.
yeah. I wonder now with this, because if this really is a flashback, if this really is in the past, if we're going to start getting more flashback past scenes as to what went down leading into where the silo is at now? Because
Well,
that's the biggest question,
that
right? Like,
that continues to what I was alluding to earlier in the show when I said I have some information about Silo season 3 and 4.
ooh,
So some news has dropped. Um, the author and the creative controls of Silo have said they're going to, because the book 3, is a very prequel-ish book.
oh,
Yes, it's a very
okay.
prequel-ish book. So they said they're gonna not do too many flashbacks.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're not gonna do too many flashbacks because they think that they found a way to, because they don't want people to just tune into season 3 and not have any of their major cast not there for
Right,
majority of the show, right? Because
right.
people have come to liking a lot of these characters, like Juliet, Common's character, uh,
Billings.
Billings,
Yeah,
Tim Robin, all of these guys. There are people that like these characters for what character they're playing, right? So, I mean, these actors, what characters they're playing. So, I think there's a belief that, hey, let's not neglect these guys in season 3. Let's continue giving them story of what's happening, but give them a little bit of flashbacks and the important things from that book
right.
that it is needed, right, to put this puzzle together more in season 3, right?
Okay,
So
okay.
that's what they've said. They've come out and said that. Now, the other interesting thing is it's already filming in UK.
Oh, they've already started filming.
They've already started, and there's filming back to back.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, so
there's
we may
no,
not have to
yeah,
wait that long.
no, they're saying maybe as early as late 2025.
Oh, that's so dope. Okay, if that's true, that's cool. My okay, my only hope is they don't rush too much. You know, I know they said that it's gonna be ending what season 4 is the
Yeah,
last
season
season?
4 is the last season.
Yeah, so my only hope is they just don't rush through things because everything's been paced so damn well in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
You know,
I
well,
don't think I
if
don't
the
think they
first
will.
season being with the first few episodes being a little slow, but other than that, like the pacing has been so good. And my,
I
my
don't think they
only
will because this is quality stuff here. They know what they have.
right,
They know what they have, and they know that even if they delay it a couple of months, no one's gonna complain. The reason why 1 and 2 is such a big delay is because of the writer strike. There's like
fair,
4 or
yeah,
5 months delay extra on top of the time they needed, which felt like another year almost, right? So
mm,
that is out of the way. And if anything, everything goes well, they said they are doing back to back. They want to get it done right away. And I think the reason they want to get it done also is because Rebecca Ferguson also has other projects that she wants to do, especially movies.
gotcha,
And so they don't want to jeopardize, because if she goes does a movie, now they have to pause and wait till she's back from that movie, because
right,
she just finished Mission Impossible Part 2 filming as well.
okay, okay,
So yeah, because she was in the first one, right? So oh, is she in the second one? I think she died in the first one. I can't remember.
right. I think I saw like her do an interview. She was like, you know, she was like, I want to keep constantly working, and when I did Mission Impossible, I was good and all, but she was like, I don't think I can wait around for the second. I didn't want to wait around for the second one.
Also, then
I
maybe
didn't
there is her in there some of maybe flashback or something else.
possibly.
I don't remember how it ended with her, but I just know that she's a star.
Yeah,
I think she has movie aspirations because she's that level of she has that caliber of acting, and
yeah,
I think that movies are where she's going to end up residing at.
yeah,
That's how great she is, and so I think the showrunner they know that about this show and her, because the last thing you want to do is go and replace her in season 4 with somebody else because she can't do it,
right.
right? And she's got other obligations. So that's why they're gonna do. And lucky for them, this show only lasts 4 seasons.
Yeah,
That's how many books there is, and they're not gonna extend it. They're just gonna finish it, which is nice to see a show going. You know what? Even though it's really good and getting good reviews, we're still gonna stick to 4 seasons and not push out another season just for the heck of it.
yeah. You got to know where to stop, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm good with season 4. As much as I'm gonna miss the show when it's over and done with, I think that's good.
yeah.
Leave on a
Absolutely,
high note,
absolutely. Yeah, I
right?
100% agree with that, man. Yeah.
And season 2 has been, in all accounts, I think, just as good as season 1, if
I
not
feel
slightly better.
that's see. I feel like it's. I feel
You
like
think
it's
it's monumentally bigger?
better than season 2. I don't know about monumentally, but I feel like it was much better than season 1. Um, and again, I really think it was because of what we've learned, but also because of Steve Zahn. He added,
Fair enough. I cannot argue that because I
yeah,
think,
like
just addition of him makes a massive difference.
yeah, he was very significant. He prospered in that role, and man, he threw us for a loop. He threw us for a big loop, like emotionally. You know what I mean?
The two different eye colors.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where I thought he was gonna be like a cannibal or something.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah,
Hannibal
man.
Lecter.
Yeah,
Just waiting for the hockey mask to come on, right?
absolutely. Yeah,
Be Jason.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So, what do you got for prediction? Actually,
So,
no. Wait. Let's get our scores for episode 10. We'll do it on a count of 3. Okay.
oh God, okay,
Okay. Ready?
okay,
1, 2, 3. 9.5.
9 out of 10. Oh, close, close. Okay, okay.
I'll give that half mark off because of the whole don't come outside and then not flip to the other side. Open the door, damn it.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, I think knocked off a full point just because of the confusion with whether it's safe or not outside.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that and the whole crowbar thing. I'm like, this is dumb. I'm like, you know
We're
your
nitpicking though at
limitations.
this point though, right?
Well, a little bit, but well, I don't know if
It
that's
was
nitpicking, man.
dumb. It was dumb. It was
I was like,
just so dumb.
as a person, you should know your limitations, and you should know that a crowbar isn't gonna pry open these
Well,
fifty
especially
thousand.
when the something is supposed to contain and be airlocked.
It's like a 20-ton door. Like, you ain't opening that, dog. Like, and I don't care who you are, unless you're the Hulk,
Yeah.
you ain't
Yeah.
opening that thing.
Okay. Predictions.
Well, based off your information now that you've given us, I think we're it's definitely gonna be like a prequel thing. I think if Bernard has survived that fire, if he did, I think her and Juliet are gonna be working together. They can't. They're gonna find her and Julia. Him and Julia are gonna end up working together. They're gonna get Mr. Avnash Singh or whatever his name is in on this. And a lot of things are going to be done. I feel like they're going to have to pretend that they're still living in a regular silo and I feel Steve Zahn is going to, I'm hoping he kind of comes back. I feel like he's going to play a part in this. You know, he's got more information that he's willing to give out. Because now with Sim's wife, Camille, in the picture, possibly the new head of IT, there's no way she's divulging information. Absolutely no way.
Pause a second here. Can you give us a little bit of your overall thoughts to the audience? And I'll be here in a second.
For sure. Um, Overall thoughts about this show, about what's going to happen is moving forward. Camille's going to be high with power because of what they've given her. She's going to be new head of IT. I believe Sims is going to end up becoming the mayor, and they're going to appoint somebody new as judge. And I have a feeling it might end up being Avi or Lucas, as much as you want to call him that. We're going to see Juliet finding out her father sacrificed himself. She's going to be a little sad for a while, but it's going to empower her. Her and Bernard and the rest of Mechanical working together, trying to figure out how they can stop that gas tank from wiping out the silo. And I think we're going to get some help from Silo 18. I think we're going to see Solo Hope come over at some point to help them out after they figured out their end. Because I truly believe that whoever the powers that be that are controlling the silos think Silo 18 is completely done after they gas them. And so that silo is shut down completely. And then they're going to end up helping Juliet and Bernard in Silo 17. That's what I think is going to end up happening. And we're going to get some more revelation as well about what happened in the past to get them to get these silos even created and getting them in there.
My predictions, what I think. Okay, I'm gonna say more clues, more flashbacks, of course, but I think Bernard and her are gonna work together.
Yep.
I think Camille is going to turn on the people that are going to tell her what to do. Avi falls down a flight of stairs and dies. No, just kidding. Yeah. I think Avi, I don't know if he's got a, I think he just walks out. He's not doesn't going to play a role at all. I think he's just
You think
another
so?
lame duck. I think so, yeah.
Interesting.
He's going to be a lame duck. He's going to have some butter chicken in his mom's house and just chill.
Have some butter chicken at his mom's house.
Honestly, people think
What
that
the-
character's going to have a role. I don't think so. I think that character's done.
I don't know, man. He with what he knows, I think they need to utilize that. I mean, yeah, he told
What do you think?
Bernard.
Juliet's going to give him a second date?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's gonna happen. Yeah, I think it's gonna
Okay.
be there, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I because she did kind of let him kiss her. You know, she kind of let him do it,
Okay.
and then she remembered George and was like, "Nope, I'm super sad. This shouldn't have happened." And she just took off on him.
I think what's going to happen, you know what I would have loved to see is them trying to go to another silo.
Yeah, I think we might get like okay. So
Do you think they go rescue all these other guys in the other silo?
I think they're gonna figure out a way to inform everybody. Because that explosion from silo 17 to 18, I feel like they're way too close to one another. I think that's what I also find it odd that they felt that. You know, I figured that it would have been like explosion proof or earthquake proof. So for them to feel a shake is kind of crazy. An explosion of that magnitude is kind of nuts. I could be wrong though.
It could be. I mean, there's a reason why the water level is very low at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always believe there's a overall master connection with all the silos.
Yeah, that's fair.
I believe there's a way that all the silos are connected. So yeah, as much as I've gotten so much from the show, I just feel like that I felt a little bit robbed this whole season.
Really?
Overall, if I'm talking about the overall season here, I feel like I should have gotten a little bit more. The ending to me was a bit of disappointment. The fact that we didn't hear the conversation with Lucas and Bernard, that upset me a little bit because I think I waited enough to hear that conversation.
You know, that's a fair point.
I spent 10 weeks watching the show. Give me the conversation.
That's fair. I'll give you that. I mean, we did spend that much time trying to figure out what was going on, and he finally learned it, but he told Bernard. And
Don't tell Bernard. Tell me. Bernard didn't wait 10 weeks.
No.
I did.
Yeah.
Bernard was chilling with fine drinks.
Yeah.
Right?
And I do have a feeling they're going to tell us what was what in season 3. Like, yeah, they gave us like information to kind of piece it together, but I think we'll actually hear those words come season 3 when that happens.
I hope the season 3 is not another extension of season 2. I want more answers and I want more of a direction of where they're going to go. Like, what is the purpose of it all? Right. Or is there any purpose? Are we just aimlessly? Like, another thing could be is it means all nothing. They're going to blow everybody up. They all die. Humanity's dead.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know more. I would love to have more of exploration of other silos because I think it'd be so cool to see another silo. Because look how excited we were when we saw the other silo. Right, I was excited. I was like, "Oh, another place to explore!" Right,
it blew my mind that there were others like that many other silos out there.
Yeah. Endless almost. Right.
Yeah,
and I also want to see what happens to those guys in the other silo that she went to. Like, what happens? Do they come to this silo? Do they connect with them? Do these guys go over there? What if some of the guys say, "No, you know what? We'll just go to the other silo."
Yeah, I think I'm. What I hope is that they don't do this like weird dire situation where now that those 5 are in the vault together in Silo 18, that they're like not running out of food and they need to get over to the other silo in order to survive. I hope we don't get that.
I think what we're gonna get is this silo is about to the one that Juliet's in. I think it's a ticking bomb waiting to happen,
Mhm.
and I think I have a feeling that they tried to stop this thing, but they couldn't. So Juliet and a few others put on the suit and go to the other silo. That's the end of season 3.
So like 9,900 some odd people
Dead,
just wiped out.
dead. 5 of them go to the other silo.
Oh God.
Yeah, mass
Okay.
extinction,
Damn.
genocide.
Okay. 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 Interesting.
I do
That's
paint a
savage.
grim picture, don't I?
A little bit, yeah. A
That's what
little
I think. I
bit.
think season 3 is that silo is going to be done,
Interesting.
and they go to whoever's remaining. And obviously, Juliet's character is going to survive,
Yeah.
and go to that because I think if you remove that character, I
Mhm.
think you remove a lot of hope,
I agree.
right?
Yep.
So
Like any of the other supporting cast could technically just die off. I don't feel like they're that important compared to Juliet. You know,
yeah,
like sure
well,
it'll be
she is the
sad.
main character,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I feel like sure it'll be sad if one of them die off, but I don't think I care enough about them, except for maybe Solo. If he dies, I'll be super sad. If they kill him off, I'll be super sad about it. Uh, but like, yeah, Juliet, nothing's happening to her. Everybody else, I think there's the potential for them just to get X'd off is definitely high.
Yeah, I just think a couple of people for mechanical. Um, I think Juliet. I think maybe um,
Hank,
Billings, Common's family. I think they all make it to the other silo.
yeah,
End of season 3.
yeah. You know, I think Hank might survive because I feel like he's growing on people. Hank's the
Hank's a
other
good
sheriff.
dude.
Yeah,
He's a good dude.
yeah,
Yeah, he supported Billings, right?
yeah.
So he's a good dude. Yeah, I mean, it's a wrap up for this season 2, a wrap up for our show. We're gonna come back in the near future. We're gonna pick a show. We're gonna
Ooh,
take our time and pick the right show.
overall score for this season.
All right. Okay. Um, okay. I'm gonna go first then, if you
For
want.
sure.
Okay. I think the overall the show is a solid 9.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
perfection, but it's
No.
damn near close to it.
I have the exact same score.
Yeah.
Exact same score. Yeah.
It's a 9, and that's pretty high marks because I don't give out 9s like nobody.
That's true.
Right?
You don't.
I don't.
You
I'm
don't.
very,
Yeah.
very stickler with the numbers. But yeah, that's the testament of, and everyone's gonna have their own opinion of what they like, and that's fine. But
Mhm.
for me, this show excites me, it intrigues me, definitely gives me questions with very little answers, which is gonna get frustrating in season 3 if we don't get going. I
Absolutely.
said that about season 2, and it did give me something,
Yeah.
but I need more on in season 3 of the secrets that this silo and all the other silos hold.
I think we'll get it in season 3, man. I
I
have
think
a
we
feeling
have
we
to. I
will.
think people are gonna get really frustrated if we're right back to season 2 kind of level,
Yeah.
right?
All
Like,
the
okay,
secret shenanigans.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
season
like,
3
hey,
should be
okay, we get
revealing
it. We
things.
want to keep a little secrets here and there, but you gotta let the cat out of the bag now. Like,
Yeah.
let's just get going here. Season 4 can just be
I
something
think
insane,
yeah, I think season 4 might just be an all-out war. Like a big
or
ass
they all
villain.
just get out there and enjoy the sun,
Yeah. Everybody
explore that
got
city
suits
that's
on.
down the hill.
Yeah, I think that's where ground zero is. I think that's the big thing. That's where ground zero is. And everything surrounding it is what's trickling out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah.
very interesting. And we'll finally find out what if the pad, the pass dispenser, whatever it's for. So,
Yeah.
but
Sponsored by Pez. Just
Mentos,
Mentos. Yeah.
the fresh maker. But yeah, that's a wrap for us. Me and Sheldon are going to decide what show to do next. It might be a little bit of a pause in between. We don't know yet. We'll have a. I have some ideas of some shows that are
Mhm.
trickling in a couple of months or within a month or two, but we will be back we'll announce it on Popcorn Chicken or the other show that we do. So we do a Monday show. It's a collectible show with a little bit of pop culture sprinkled in on a new time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific on
Oh,
Mondays.
okay.
And then myself, I do on Friday evenings at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, Popcorn Chicken. Come hang out on both shows, ask us questions, no problem. And then we will announce ahead of time when the Mighty Show gets back on air. Me and
Absolutely.
Sheldon to do breakdown of another awesome show.
Mhm.
So thanks everybody for watching our review of Silo. I know we did it in bunches because of the holiday and all that stuff, but we are here. It's bittersweet. It's sad, but I'm sure very soon we'll be able to visit all the people from Silo 18
Yeah.
and Solo. Hopefully, he's still eating ice cream with his friends there. Uh, so with all that, we want to say thank you everybody. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button if you're new here or if you're listening to us. It helps us out immensely if you just click a button for us. It helps us big time. And follow us on social media at ANR Universe. We drop all kinds of pictures, behind the scenes stuff like that. And yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next season of